80%. Just let that number sink in for a minute. That's the staggering percentage of small and medium-sized businesses in Africa that are struggling with financial compliance. This isn't just some dry statistic, it's a full-blown crisis. And here's the thing, for so many, compliance is just seen as, boring paperwork, an afterthought, something you'll get around to eventually. But this is way more than paperwork. It's a systemic problem that's putting a cap on an entire continent's economic potential. Let's be real, we're talking about the very backbone of these economies. These are the businesses creating jobs and driving innovation. But when a whopping 80% of them are running into the same wall, it's a recipe for stalled growth, lost opportunities, and so much wasted potential.
It's so easy to just blame the entrepreneurs, right? To say they should just be more organized. But that's like blaming a driver for getting lost in a maze that has no map and no signs. The problem isn't the driver, it's the maze itself.
So what makes this maze so tough to navigate? Well, it really comes down to 6 fundamental barriers. Let's break them down. You can see them here. It's like the perfect storm. You've got everything from the struggle to find an accountant, to messy records, to incredibly complex rules, high costs, a simple lack of awareness, and a really tricky transition to digital systems.
Okay, so the first 2 barriers are a 1-2 punch, the search and the scramble. First, just try to find a qualified accountant that won't completely drain your budget. It's tough. Now add on top of that a mountain of messy, disorganized paperwork or maybe no real system at all. It's a recipe for disaster.
Then you've got the maze of regulations, all the complex tax systems for VAT, corporate taxes, payroll. It's a lot. And you're trying to figure this out while operating on razor-thin margins. When you're just focused on keeping the lights on, compliance can feel like a luxury you simply cannot afford.
And finally, we have the knowledge gap and the digital divide. Many entrepreneurs are just not fully aware of all their compliance duties or the huge risks of getting it wrong. Then, governments roll out new digital platforms, which sounds great, but they often do it without the proper support or training to help SMEs actually use them.
So we know why it's hard, but what happens when things actually go wrong? Well, this is where it gets really, really serious. The cost of non-compliance goes way beyond just paying a fine. It's far more devastating.
It's a chain reaction, a domino effect. It starts with poor records, which leads to inaccurate filings. Then come the fines and penalties. But it doesn't stop there. Your credibility takes a major hit. Banks shut the door when you ask for a loan. And just like that, your business's growth grinds to a complete halt.
Let's put it bluntly. Non-compliance doesn't just cost you money in the short term, it costs your business its entire future.
Okay, but here's the good news. This problem is big, but it is not unbeatable. The answer isn't just telling people to be more aware. The solution is about building a real system, an infrastructure that actually helps these businesses succeed. The old way of thinking basically put all the blame on the entrepreneur. The new approach is to fix the system they're operating in. It's a simple shift in perspective, but it is incredibly powerful. So what's the core of the solution? It's about access. It's about building a bridge that connects these small businesses with the professional help they need to not just survive, but to thrive. And this is where technology can be a total game changer. We're now seeing platforms emerge that are designed to be that bridge. A platform like Acubta, for example, can create a massive continent-wide directory of trusted accountants, making them easy to find. It offers simple booking systems, project showcases to vet experts, and even AI tools to help accountants serve more clients. The whole idea is to build a supportive ecosystem that makes expertise accessible, not exclusive.
All right, let's wrap this up with the most important takeaway of all. It is time to completely change how we think about compliance. It's not a chore, it's a secret weapon.
Financial compliance isn't a burden holding you back. It's the key. It's the key that unlocks funding, that opens doors to bigger opportunities, and that paves the way for real, long-term success.
And just look at the payoff here. When you're compliant, you get access to the capital you need to expand. Your credibility with investors, partners, and customers skyrockets, and you're finally positioned for scalable growth.
So, what's the one thing to remember from all of this? That huge 80% number, it isn't a failing grade for Africa's entrepreneurs. It's a massive call to action. It's a sign of a deep, unmet need for better systems and better support.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on, whether you're a business owner or not. Is a business just built to survive day to day, or is it truly built to scale for the future? Compliance is often the difference.